Hi everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included, everyone's favorite space colony management game. We're back, and we're cooking along here on expanding our sleeping quarters because our colony is about to explode in its population. So I'm glad that we started working on this the last episode, and we noticed that we needed a few extra places for people to be sleeping. But I think along those lines too is I think we're gonna move everyone out of these middle sections here, and we'll convert these into little rec rooms or something. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with these little spaces, but I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's just feel free to deconstruct a couple of these, and we'll start repurposing this space. I think, what is a rec room size anyway? 12 tiles? Yeah, we can make these into rec rooms. These are 24 tile rooms. Perfect. Yeah, so we'll get these out of here. Everyone else can go find a new bed. We're okay with that. What is this set up for? Was this pressure? Oh yeah, this can come out of here. Take this all apart. I think we were detecting how much pressure was still in the base or something like that early on, and notifying ourselves if our O2 production stopped. That's cool. All right, everybody out. Sorry to interrupt your sleep, but you gotta go. This is only 8 beds, however, and we got 2 people sleeping on the floor. Well, I guess we're gonna have to fix this now, aren't we? Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and move our research. We were talking about this a long time ago, so we'll go ahead. How much is on this? Oh, that's quite a lot. We'll go ahead and move these over into this area. And then what we'll end up doing then is repurposing this. This is quite nice. We're gonna need to move our automation as well. Let's go ahead and get a duplicate motion sensor set up so that we can get the speed bonus, as well as a new light bulb installed over in here. There we go. Honestly, I completely forgot about our new little kitchen area that we were putting in. We should probably do the same. Should we go ahead and just set this up so that way we can cook our food a little bit faster? I think that might be a good idea. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll cook our food a little bit quicker these days and hopefully free them up to do other work, because we are short on labor. All right, sweet. So this can all get put in. It's nice. And then I think we need a power wire here and an automation wire. All right, everyone's sleeping on the 2 people are not gonna be so happy because they're gonna be sleeping on the floor, but deal with it. And then let's get some new beds put in here. All right, so this is gonna become the new barracks. Go ahead and get this adjusted. Let's put in, and then we're gonna need a whole bunch of furniture. So let's go ahead and put the cots in. We'll make these out of copper. Why not? I guess, or we'll make them out of anything else. Granite is a 20% decor bonus. I think that's gonna be all of it there. All right, so we can get this all put in. Let's at least get the 2 beds put in for the new duplicates. We're not doing any research right now anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and take this out. And then we'll also put in some canvases, some paintings for the people, for their sweet dreams, where they are dreaming about sugar plum fairies and all the good things that come in the middle of the night. All right, so let's see here. We need a couple of other things. Blank canvases, perfect. All right, good. Now we can support up to what, 16 with this bedroom configuration, and we have plenty of room in our great hall. That's good. We have 4 bathrooms. I think that's because we're spacing people out. We are, based on shifts. I'm gonna go ahead and add a new schedule here. We're gonna call this, are we gonna call this the C team? I feel bad for calling it the C team, but hey, you know what? We're putting the C team, and Susie Baguzzi's going to be on it, because we got an eye on you. We're watching you, Susie. You start murdering people again, well, let me tell you what, there's gonna be some problems around here. Downtime, bath time. It's really the bath time that we don't want any overlap on. So let's go ahead and make some adjustments here. Bath time here, 2. This one's gonna go here. Oops, there we go. And then we can just make some adjustments based on how much we want them to sleep and how much downtime we want to give them. I think we'll be generous. We'll give them 4 downtime, and that looks good. Okay, cool. All right, I would really like some more pips, but I have a feeling that we're gonna have to make some adjustments down below to our little farming operation. What do we have here? We have an operating researching person who is suit wearing. I'm not interested in this. And we have somebody that is like hyper decorator. This might be fun because we're gonna be doing some decorating. And I don't think we have a dedicated decorator at this point. They can just do like supply jobs and things like that. I think that might be a good idea. It would be nice though to get some more farmers and stuff like that, but you know what? Let's get this one out of the way. Who else do we have on the list here? Corne is a more recent, or a recent subscriber in our Twitch series. Let's go ahead and add Corne to the base. Corne, welcome, sir. Welcome aboard. We will get you added. And you can be our dedicated decorator. I like this idea. All right, let's get Corne set up. Let's put him on the right schedule. Corne, you're gonna go on to the, apparently the night shift, because you apparently like to work in the nighttime. And let's go ahead and start getting you set up so that you can start wearing exosuits, because that is what we're looking for. Susie Baguzzi has also received another skill point. We'll go ahead and get Susie set up. And FRD dot, I feel like we need to give you a different hat. How about we give you improved construction 3. Nolan Beth is looking good. He's got plumbing, but I think we'll give you the super hard digging. Let's start like repurposing a few of these people. Digger, Emma. I think Emma. We need a cook hat, because we always need a cook hat. Anything else? I think this is all looking good. We'll go with that for now. All right, cool. And the only other thing I want to do then is for Corne, we want you to be doing decorating. We want you to be doing supplying, tidying, storing jobs, and we also want you to be decorating up a storm, but you're not really ready to be decorating. So before you make a bunch of crappy artwork in the base, let's actually deprioritize that. Don't decorate quite yet, Corne. We'll have you do some decorating later. Once we get some skill points into you. All right, so something I was thinking about is we kind of need more pips. We only have 2. And we don't really have like a good system for this right now. So I think what I'm gonna do for the time being, everyone, is we got these seeds planted over here because I was doing some digging over here. We'll talk about that in a second. But we got these seeds planted and these trees are growing. I think I'm gonna actually take this farm station out and we're gonna convert this into a ranch. And we can groom our pips and see if we can't get some additional pip eggs. I think that's what we're going to do. And the pipsqueaks I'm less concerned about. It's just the pips. Let's go ahead and wrangle a pip over into this area. So that we can groom him in our new pip stable. This is exciting. Anything else? I think this looks really good. So then let's turn these ones off for a moment so we can wrangle this guy out of here. We'll wrangle him over here. And where did he go? Hello, Pip. Let's wrangle him and get him moved. So we have everything we need. This is a stable, this is a greenhouse, perfect. All right. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. We're gonna set this one up so that way it is all good to go and we can turn this into a little Pip ranch. Oh God. Somebody come get him. And that's the one thing I wish I could do in this game, side note. I wish I could actually pick this Pip up and have him, tell him to be moved. You know what I'm saying? Should we just take both of these Pips out of here? Should we, just let this whole area be what it is? And these will be our 2 seed Pips. We'll groom them and make them happy and let them go to town. These branches should be grown here in pretty quickly. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll go ahead and wrangle these 2 Pips out of here and let them go ham. And then we'll wild plant the rest of that farm here in a little while. I think that looks good. We just want to get some, look, these guys can go and get some seeds and we'll be fine. Okay, on to other projects. Yeah, we'll stick both of these pips in this top one, I think, for right now. All right, cool. So while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and start planning out our ethanol distillery, right? We're gonna need a fair amount of ethanol at some point. And it's actually less about actual ethanol, if I'm honest. What we really want is, we're really just making ethanol so that we can get polluted dirt for all of our different farming enterprises that we're doing. So we might, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna build an ethanol farm or ethanol distillery in here. Similar to like in the past. And what we'll do is, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put in airflow tiles. You know, this is just gonna all be one big chamber anyway. And we're gonna need to do a little bit of planning here because we need to plan our own automation. So first things first, let's account for the fact that there's gonna be a epic ton of CO2 in this room. So step one, let's put in some pumps. We're never going to come in here. Is this gonna be CO2? Should we make this CO2 storage? Should we make this an infinite gas storage and put CO2 in here? Oh, man, my brain is working today. All right, here we go. So we're gonna do that. I'll go ahead and put in the airlocks now. And we'll plan on making this room just a little bit longer so that we can put in, I'm gonna put a horseshoe over here just so I remembered that we were talking about this. Okay. And we'll put in our CO2 into this space. I think we're just gonna make this, we're never gonna come in here. Once this is built, we're never gonna come in here. We're gonna put a horseshoe and we'll make this an infinite gas storage for CO2, at least until, I don't know if we'll get around to putting a slicker farm together to consume all the CO2, but you know, we'll tackle that problem later. Other things that we need to do then is we're gonna need to put in some pipes here. I'm gonna run this direction for the time being. And I don't know, we might change that piping at some point in time in the future. It's fine. And then I wanna put in some switches in here, or actually we'll put in atmos sensors. This will, there's no point to this. There's honestly, this will always be this will always be over pressurized. All right, let's get the floor put in minimally, and then we can come in and do the rest of this work. Okay, so now that that's done, from there, what we're gonna do is we're going to plan around our auto supers, because we're gonna have all of this has to be automated in order for it to function correctly. So no duplicants will be able to come in here. It's gonna get a little hot, so I'm gonna build this out of steel, even though that's pretty much overkill, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And we'll go from there. Okay, so let's start with this. We have two auto supers. These auto supers need to do a couple of things. They need to be able to reach the rightmost tile under an ethanol distillery, and it needs to reach the second tile from the left. So it needs to be able to reach this tile, and it needs to reach this tile. This tile is where the polluted dirt's gonna fall out at the end of the day, and I think this tile is where, I think this is the tile that it needs to reach in order to insert lumber into the distillery. I think it inserts here and then it exits over here, if I remember right. So we'll go ahead and set this up. We're gonna cram as many in here as we possibly can. Although maybe we should do this different. Should we do this? Let's think about a redesign, shall we? We could just smash them all in here. We could alternatively just have one auto super dedicated. Why don't we redesign this real quick? I mean, it basically is. Never mind. All right. I was thinking about putting it in between, but I don't see why. I don't see why. Let's put everything above. We can smash as much in horizontally as we can then. So ethanol distillery on the left. Actually, I think I am. I think I'm gonna do this because this is gonna impact how we do things later. I'm gonna change this. I don't know how this is going to go. We're gonna have to find out together. I might regret this at some point in time. So let's try this. Let's try this real quick. We know that this is going to require plumbing. That's fine. I'm more interested in the shipping rails at the moment. So we know that we're going to need a conveyor loader, right? And this conveyor loader is going to be responsible for the lumber that is in this space. Okay, we can go with this. What happens if I scale this a little bit? Hold on. If I go left. Cancel this real fast. If we're gonna scale this out, what is this gonna look like? It's gonna look like something like this, I think, right? Which means that we would have loaders here and here. Auto sweepers there and there. Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna flip this around. I'm thinking about this conveyor rail. Let me explain my thinking here. On the top, I think I'm gonna put the loaders on the ceiling and the auto sweepers in the middle. Something like that. Because I need to minimize where this conveyor rail is going for the lumber. So this gives us 8 distilleries. 1 ethanol distillery. Let's take a look here real quick. It's gonna produce 333 grams of polluted dirt per second and 500 grams per second. A pipe, 1 liquid pipe can support 10 kilograms. So in this case, refinement ethanol distillery, 10 kilograms. So 1 kilogram, 2 kilograms, 3 kilograms, 4 kilograms. This is 4 kilograms on a single pipe here of ethanol. Let's add a couple more in here real quick. We'll say 2, 3, 4. There's something in the way here. I can't plant this. It's this nosh bean. Let's get this out of here. Somebody come pull this out of the ground. And this salt vine needs to come out as well. We'll keep going. I think this is a really big ethanol distillery. I don't remember how big our one is in our some of the other ones that we've built. They've been pretty big, but I don't know if we've gone this big. I think we've always wanted to build them this big, but we never did. I mean, this is pretty good. What we'll do is we'll put in some automation in here just to enable and disable these. That way we can turn on as many as we want. There's a pretty heavy power requirement to these ethanol refineries, right? I think, yeah, 240 watts. So 6, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Should we make this 3 tall? Can we stick another one in here? We're gonna, oh, we have a carbon dioxide geyser right here. Why not? We'll go a little bit wider. We'll put in a couple more. This is a lot. I don't think we're ever gonna need this much, but hey, you know what? Maybe we will. I don't know. Maybe we will. This seems like overkill. The mathematicians out there might be saying, oh, well, you know, there's a ratio, whatever. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. You know, I could sit down and do the math. I'm just not interested in that, you know? I'd rather just freehand it, and it's funner this way for me. So we'll chuck this in here. I think this is the last one. More or less, I think we're to the point now where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 240 times 8 is 1920. So that's 1 2 kilowatt line, not even including the automation. So yeah, definitely we haven't built one this big before, because normally when we take this into account, we include the auto sweeper and the conveyor loader. So I think the max size that we've done in the past is pretty much Maybe, I don't know actually. I have to go back and look. We're gonna have to run a bunch of power over here to accommodate this. That's what I'm realizing right now. Okay. But we have power to spare, so I'm not worried about it. I think if this whole thing is 100% operational though, we probably won't have power, but we have power to spare. Let's burn it up. Okay, so this all looks really good. We need one more refinery to get installed here. Can we build it? Yes. Okay. So we'll put that in there. That's looking really good. Feel free to build this whole thing out. And actually, I'm gonna change these doors real quick. I know that we could do it differently, but I'm gonna put airlocks in here mainly because it's more of a visual indicator that it has some sort of special privileges on it, because we're gonna shut this thing down and nobody's gonna be allowed to come in here at a certain point in time. Let's also go ahead and configure this to be all dug out, all these extra tiles. It looks like we need at least one more distillery. This is not correct. What is? Oh, there's still something in the way here. There's a salt mine here. Okay, cool. All right, we'll get that done. This is all looking good. Our Pip, how's he doing? He is wild and happy. We have our first lumber. Check this out. So that means that we can officially configure all of these conveyor loaders to take lumber. Oh, we did this wrong. No, that's fine, that's fine. We need two things. We need a loader to take the polluted dirt. We need conveyor receptacles to bring our lumber into the system. Right. Oh, yeah. This is a bummer. Okay, hold on a second. Maybe don't build this quite yet. Hold on. Let's replan this real quick. 1, 2. We're gonna need a loader. Well, this loader can go anywhere, right? This is gonna be for polluted dirt. I'm more interested in the receptacles, actually. The receptacle is the one that I'm more concerned about. Let's make sure, okay. Here we go. Receptacle, loader. We want to have at least 2 tiles of space in between, because we're gonna have to put some bridges in here at some point. So, okay, yeah, I can do this. Here, let's take this out. We're gonna move that over. So the receptacles are gonna go in between and above. The loaders are gonna go off to the right-hand side. I think we can reach this one, right? Yep. These don't have to go that far out. We just want to go 2 out, right? There we go. Oh, dang. They built this one. Let's get this one out. And we built these wrong anyway, so this has to come out. Let's make sure that they all look the same, shall we? Cancel all of these. Okay, so... Oh, and actually, I think we figured these out to be the wrong material. Yeah, these are probably overheat. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna put steel in for all of this stuff. It's super overkill, but we have it, and so we're gonna use it. Okay, automation doesn't need to be steel, so we're not gonna make it steel, but all of the rest of this, I just want to be careful. It has been known to get a little spicy in here. These are iron ore, those can go as well. Yeah, we'll pull all this out. Cancel, cancel. Everything else is set to steel. Okay, great. Now, let's go ahead and do it for the 3rd time's a charm. Here we go. All right, we'll go ahead and set this up. Conveyor receptacle. What are these? Iron ore, okay. Cancel those two. Oh, that sulfide got taken out, perfect. So we'll go ahead and put in the other distiller that we weren't able to configure. Chuck that right there. And let's get these receptacles put in. Receptacle, receptacle, receptacle. One here and here with the final few little bits of conveyor loaders put in. Okay. What? One ethanol distiller to rule them all. All right, this is super overkill, but you know what? We're only building it once. Great. Okay, cool. So the other thing that we would really want is we're gonna need to put in a fair amount of automation in here, right? We're gonna want to be able to turn these on and off. Now, I think normally I would hook them all up together, but I think this time around I'm gonna do this a little bit different. I think what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna split this up. How many do we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna group these together in 4s. And what we'll do is we will turn them on 4 at a time. I think is what we're gonna do. Now, we had some additional automation in the past, but I think it was kind of, I don't really remember actually. So I'm gonna put some switches in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll control those 4. This one will control these, and we'll run some automation like this into these switches. And then as our needs change, we'll scale these up. I think that's fine. What else do we want to get done in here? We'll need to run plumbing. So this is going to be plumbing for all the things. Wait a second. How much does this produce? Okay, never mind. We already did the math on this. We should just be able to run these together like this. And then we should see pretty close to full packets of ethanol coming out on the right-hand side. So that can go like that. Anything else? This all looks good. I'm gonna let them build it. And plumbing, automation, power. Okay, so power is the tricky one because we're gonna need a lot of power over here. I think we're gonna need several power wires. How much extra do we have on the end of these? Not that much, but maybe we can use these 2 power lines. These can run the remaining automation that's in here. I don't even think we're gonna be able to do that. I'm gonna have to do the math on this. We're gonna need quite a bit. So let me do this real quick. 1 ethanol distiller is 240 watts. Per row, we have 8. So that is basically 2 kilowatts. 1.920. So that specifically would require 1 power line per row. 1 dedicated transformer for all of these. Same thing for this row right here. Okay, that means that these can be on their own transformer. Right? And we have 2 extra pumps over here. Actually, maybe what I'll do is let's move. That's fine. I can keep doing that. What we'll do is cancel this. I'm gonna move this pump up on here, and then that way we have a pretty even little section here. Cancel all of this stuff. Okay. So yeah, well, we're gonna go ahead and just move that up above. I think that means 2. This can just go up here. I'm not gonna worry about all of the specifics behind that. We're just gonna chuck this up here, put in the same automation with an Atmos sensor so that we can control them. And then now, okay, cool. So that means that this power is gonna run this pump, specifically for this chunk. And then similarly on this row, how do we want to run this power wire? Do we want to run it through the ceiling? I guess we could. Let's do it so that way we have some access to it. Actually, let's not. We're never gonna come in here, and we're never gonna change this. So what we'll do instead then is we're just gonna run this right through the middle here. No, we really don't care about the specifics of this. Okay, and that can go just like that. Perfect. Cool. That's an insane build right there. I'm interested to see what happens. This will be fun. All right, we'll get that built. Let's go ahead and looks like we have a few tiles that somewhere along the lines lost their deconstruction status. We'll fix all the priorities of all this other stuff. And let's go ahead and configure these switches to off as they get built. We don't need to run any of that stuff. Okay, look at this, we got a pip egg. Oh, this is wonderful. Why are we having trunk issues? Irrigation. Oh, okay, so our little valve here is doing exactly what we wanted it to do. I guess we'll bump that up a little bit. Just a little bit. And, oh no, we lost a pip. That's what it is. So he's glum. Why is he upset? Why is this pip glum? He should have food. I don't even know why we're really throttling this, honestly. This can just go. Let's go crazy. Let it do its thing. Actually, yeah, like, why is this pip glum? He said that his friend died? I'm not sure. Alright, this needs to take lumber. Same thing with this one. It looks like we're missing some conveyor rail. That can all get put in. And then this is all gonna be conveyor rail for lumber going forward. So that can all get done. Let's copy these settings for all of these as well. Perfect. Okay. Looking good. Who's starving? Cornet, go get a sandwich, buddy. Okay, so he just needed to be groomed. He wasn't being... His needs weren't being met. That's all it was. Okay, great. Well, let's see if we can't get a few more of these planted in here. I'm gonna just go ahead and configure these. As seeds show up, hopefully our duplicates come through and they will plant them. And we'll start getting the domesticated farm online. And once the domesticated farm is online, we'll continue planting our undomesticated farm. And this should give us a nice balance. I'll go ahead and take these. Actually, I'm gonna leave these here. Keep fidgeting with this. I'm gonna leave those there for right now. And at some point, once we start putting pips over there, we'll start thinking about how we're gonna handle that. Okay. So the only other thing I want to do then is let's get this shipping rail put in, and we'll start thinking about how we're going to be doing lumber in the actual ethanol distillery area. So this is going to be a little tricky. So what we want to do is we want to use the lumber. We want to use the lumber to cool down the ethanol distillery. Right? So that's what we're looking for. This is going to be for polluted dirt, so let's just go ahead and put this in now. I'm going to put in a couple of conveyor rails here for these loaders. And those conveyor loaders can get ready to go. This is gonna be for polluted dirt. We're gonna run this conveyor, oh god no. We're gonna run this conveyor rail full of polluted dirt out to where it needs to go. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna bridge over the top of here, I think? Yeah, we'll bridge over the top of this. I suppose it doesn't really matter, right? It can just, we can, I really hate running things through the ports. Let's go ahead and, yeah, let's be careful about this. These should more or less be empty unless they back up, and I think they will back up over time, so, well, I don't know, we're gonna build a pretty big composting system, so maybe not. Actually, we'll probably just let this empty off the rail and it can go into a pit of water, right? So it doesn't off gas. I think that's probably what we'll do. So minimally, let's put a bridge here and that will help us out at a later point in time. And then we'll put a bridge. Yeah, we're gonna have to bridge through here, aren't we? All right, never mind. There we go. Okay, so this shipping rail will run up into here. I will put these bridges in just because I just don't want to direct connect into these output ports of these conveyor loaders, and then we'll hook them up like that. Okay, that looks good. Cool. So that's for that. This right here, these are going to be lumber loaders, right? So we'll solve that problem here in a moment. Now, what we want to do. Actually, we'll save this for the next episode. I just realized we've been going for a while. We're gonna put in all this lumber is gonna come in cold and it's gonna run through here and back through, and then we'll send it out to all of the conveyor receptacles to be consumed. And we want to use the lumber, which is gonna be like 20 degrees, I think. We're gonna use that lumber to keep our ethanol distillery cold, because the ethanol distillery is gonna be producing a lot of heat. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll let them build this all out. We'll get this all put in while we're waiting, and then we'll pick it up from there. But this is all looking really good. I'm glad that we have a tamed, groomed, happy Pip, and that Pip is doing work. I'm really tempted to put an incubator in just to help with this egg. Maybe we could repurpose an incubator. I know we have one somewhere. We could repurpose one of these and let it just incubate pips. Well, we need to be careful about that. That Pip's gonna die. Let's watch this guy. Anyways, guys. Well, that's about to wrap things up for today's episode. A big shout out to all of our subscribers and the people who donate to the channel to stream. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. If you're enjoying this series, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.